So we're talking about a lot of deals here that could be happening. There was some talk of Perplexity offering to buy Google Chrome's browser for $34.5 billion. I wanted to talk more about this, and we have Brad Shimmin, Vice President, Practice Lead, Data Intelligence Analytics Infrastructure at Futurum. Tell me a little bit about this story. This bid comes, a $34.5 billion bid, comes as a surprise. Tell me about the authenticity of this bid, in your opinion, and what it means. Why does this come now?
Well, I think that what we're seeing is a return to 1995. I think that we are witnessing a dramatic shift in the AI infrastructure landscape, in which, just like in 1995, when Firefox and Microsoft squared off for control over the browser experience on the desktop, we're seeing the same thing play out today with companies like Google and Perplexity now, and I would also add frontier model makers like OpenAI, vying for control over the AI experience of the web.
So, I mean, if nothing else, Axios wrote that this is really a nice marketing masterstroke for Perplexity, because it certainly puts Perplexity right in the eye of folks. Do you think that this will definitely continue to go forward? Or, do they maintain this bid? Do they really fight for this?
I think they will. I think we've seen Perplexity making, I would say, ventures in this area. They had started up their own AI experience browser before. They maintain on their own. They have partnered with this intent in mind. They have been looking to disrupt Google's, I would say, absolute ownership of the search space from very early on. That was their entire business model, was to disrupt how we thought about web browsing and searching the web via AI. So I do think that they will continue forward with this. I do also think that Google will absolutely fight against this and do everything it can to both stave off any sort of regulatory requirements demanding that they divest themselves of their search, browser. Sorry, I should say their web browser, Chromium. And I do think that it is a masterstroke on Perplexity's part, because it draws attention to just how important this is. And that's why I said at the outset, we're seeing a huge shift in how we experience the web right now. And Google has been efforting to get us to this point where you're no longer clicking through to web pages. You're instead having AI answer your questions without ever going there.
You know what's interesting? Perplexity here is the protagonist. I mean, they're the ones making the offer, $34.5 billion for Google Chrome, also pledging $3 billion over 2 years to support Chrome during that. But it has been spoken about at times that Google may have been interested in taking over Perplexity, and also for Apple. Apple may have been interested in doing that. So it's interesting to see the roles shift here. Does this maybe bring in other bidders?
I can't say about other bidders, but I do think you are illuminating a really important part of this, and that is the really complex ecosystem or ecology of vendors who are all mutually dependent upon one another here. So Apple pays Google a tremendous amount of money. I'm sorry, I take that back. Google pays Apple a tremendous amount of money to have Google as the default engine inside of Safari. Google also pays most of the money that Firefox receives in order to operate as a browser manufacturer. And so you have these tentacles of interdependence already at play here. And so that's why, again, I say if this does go through, it's going to dramatically shake up this detente that we've had ever since those browser wars in the late 90s and early 90s.
Also, it was recently shown the value of Perplexity, $18 billion. It was venture capitalists that sort of valued this company recently. It was a summer fundraising round, but they claim to have now found investors. They have not identified those investors in the letter to Google, but told the Wall. This is all according to Axios. Told the Wall Street Journal that they had in fact several large venture capital funds that agreed to back the transaction. So they need to have, obviously, the funding, and they have to be serious. And here's the wild card. Multiple Perplexity investors have not said that they've not even spoken to the company about a Chrome deal. So this is going in a letter to Google saying, hey, we want to buy you for $34.5 billion for this Google Chrome. Thanks. Really interesting, right? Do you feel like this is the normal way it would go?
No, not at all. And I have to think that this is a bit in response to, the supposed legislation or legislative breakup of Google, if that does happen, and as a means of just putting a bug in the ear of the regulators so that they will say, well, here's a great, way forward that we think you, Google, can avoid censor by working with Perplexity to divest yourself of the Chrome browser. So I don't know who I don't know who these firms are that are offering up to back Perplexity here, but my gut instinct is that it has everything to do with breaking up the monopoly, the supposed monopoly of Google and its search and advertising revenue.
Does Google need Google Chrome anymore? I mean, we've had so many, this is my last question, we have to be a little quick, Brad, but does Google need Google Chrome search anymore? Because so many people are saying they're using ChatGPT and other things anyway, and that it's sort of outdated. Is Google okay to lose that kind of property, or not necessarily? They should hold on to it for more.
Well, they will hold on to it. They will try to hold on to it. I ask yourself this: do you need Windows to access the internet? Yes. Do you need Apple to access the internet? Yes. A web browser is an operating system unto itself. And so it is indeed that fundamental. So, yeah, they've worked for decades to build this dominance in the marketplace. So I think they will fight tooth and nail to hold on to it.
It's great to talk to you, Brad Shimmin. This is a topic that's a hot topic today, and we'll watch how it develops. Thanks for all the updates of Futurum. Thank you very much.
My
Great
pleasure.
to see you.